Now that I think about it, I don't particularly have any feelings towards Steve Jobs. I mean, I have a MacBook, but I thank my brother more for giving that to me more than Steve Jobs for making it. I don't know. Anyway, I have a biopic to review. Jobs, starring Ashton Kutcher. Yay. This movie has been getting the best word of mouth even before it came out. It's from the director of Swing Vote. Some people are baffled as to why they got Ashton Kutcher to play Steve Jobs, but I honestly wanted to give this a chance. And while the movie definitely has its issues, I do really want to admire the effort that they put into this. Like the whole time I was watching this, I felt that the actors and the director truly wanted this to be good, but the execution just isn't fully there. And I'm not giving them an A for effort, but I legitimately enjoyed certain aspects of this movie. First things first, Ashton Kutcher. I thought he did a good job, as well as the supporting cast. The movie was just full of actors that you often see play small supporting roles in movies and in TV shows, and here they really got a chance to shine more than they usually do. Josh Gad, Dermot Mulroney, Lucas Haas, Matthew Modine, Kevin Dunn, J.K. Simmons, Victor Rasek, Ron Ellard, and then some. But unfortunately, with the exception of Dermot Mulroney's character, everyone kind of just gets dropped at one point, and then you just never see or hear from them again. But moving on to the direction, the movie started kind of awkwardly with honestly one of the weirdest montages I've seen in recent memory, and I don't mean that in a good way. But around the middle of the first act, it seemed like the director really found its footing and started to just focus and really just tell the story. And every now and then there would be a really weird shot or edit that would take me out of the movie, but it would go by quickly enough. And it went on pretty good for a while, and I started to like the movie more and more, and then just things did start to get a little tedious toward the end of the second act. And then the third act of this movie just screams, okay, let's just start to wrap this up by skipping over 15 years. And I was starting to appreciate the latest stream of biopics that we've been getting because they were a lot smaller and focused on a more specific time in a person's life rather than all their life's accomplishments. Jobs kind of goes against that by covering Steve Jobs' life from the creation of Apple to early 2001, and it becomes too much for this movie to handle, and it honestly would have been too much for any biopic. It focuses on scenes that you just don't care all that much about, and it ends up glossing over things you might have had more interest in, and certain things that are brought up that you hope to learn more about are just dropped randomly. And I do have to admit, the movie did get a little Apple advertisey, if that's a word at times. I could feel the people in my theater kind of just roll their eyes at times when people were giving a speech about how Apple just innovates and they're trendsetters and stuff, and that was a little awkward. But I think the actual storytelling is probably the weakest element of this movie. It honestly just needed more focus rather than just be a 2-hour Steve Jobs biography Cliff Notes. But I'll admit, it's impressive that they even did as much as they did with the budget they had. And it was a commendable effort, but they just missed it by that much. And I did like the movie more than I didn't. I don't want to sound too negative. I just don't like it enough to really recommend it, but I do think it's worth at least checking out at some point. So that's my review of Jobs. If you've seen it, which apparently not a lot of people have, let me know what you thought of it in the comments section. And if you like my reviews, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.